Hi, my name is Cassandra and I'm a breast cancer thriver.
Okay, what type of breast cancer did you have?
My breast cancer was HER2 positive breast cancer. I was stage 2 at the time of diagnosis.
Okay.
With HER2, I was able to take a treatment called Herceptin. So I was on that particular treatment for an entire year along with my chemotherapy.
Wow. What was your age? How old were you when you were diagnosed?
I was 27 when I was diagnosed.
Okay.
My dad's sisters, both his sisters actually had breast cancer, and both of them actually were diagnosed at young ages.
How was the lump or the breast cancer? How was it found?
Found it myself. I had just got back from vacation from Essence Fest, and I was headed to work. It was a Wednesday, and so I was like putting on lotion, and I just felt the lump on the side of my left breast.
It's already. But what stage was your breast cancer diagnosis?
It was stage 2.
Are there any symptoms beyond the lump that signal that there may be something wrong?
I didn't have any symptoms, none at all.
So looking back, what would you want others to know about early detection or signs to look for?
I would say, as far as looking back, because I was one, being in my younger day, I didn't do my monthly checks for myself. So if I had, I may have found it sooner. The crazy thing is, it had just been less than a year that I had my annual checkup.
Really?
For my, with my pap smear and everything. And checking in, my doctor didn't see anything. So it was like 7 months later, I'm here at stage 2. So the checkups, and if you feel something or see something strange, always consult a physician immediately.
What was your initial reaction when you felt that lump in your breast? What did that?
When I first felt the lump, I guess you could say I was, confused, like, kind of, what is this? The first thing I thought, I honestly didn't think about cancer, like benign lumps that people may have or something.
Yeah. Once you got that diagnosis, how did that feel? Like, what did that do to you?
My breast surgeon called, and my mom was there. She had came into town, and she was going to all my appointments with me. And I guess it was just a feeling of like disbelief, in shock, and just kind of seeing my mom there, and how she felt, and like she started crying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the first thing she said, I guess she had been talking to my dad about it. She was like, she didn't know how she was gonna tell him, because he was like, he didn't know what he was gonna do if something was happening to me. So kind of, I went into like a flight or fight moment.
Yes.
Mentality. Like, I can't let anything happen to me. You know?
Right. At that point, how do you feel the mentality helped you?
Back then, because things have changed so much now. What I wish I had that a lot of people do go through now, like with my nurse navigators, because I was young, like I used to be the youngest person going into the oncology office. One thing that I do think people should do is, like, as far as getting therapy or some kind of counseling to go through the process with you, because I saw that later down the line in the years, it kind of came back as like what you would say, like a PTSD effect. Like, things like I was so strong then, but like after everything is died down, like everybody around you and your like whole crowd of people, your supporters, they think you're okay and to go on, but mentally it's still a lot to take in, a lot of things you're thinking about. Is it gonna come back? You still have all these worries and fears inside, and you really can't talk to anybody about it. You can, but you just don't want to stress anybody else out.
And then what do you find gave you strength, whether it was physical or mental, spiritual, whatever strength? What gave you strength to go through treatment?
Support system, definitely my parents, sisters, nephews, all my friends, my church family. I did a lot of journaling helped a lot with my coworkers. doctors at the time where I was working in, and it was so crazy that my supervisor at the time, she had just been through breast cancer treatment. So she understood what I was going through. So that made my work life better for me.
Yes. Yes. Was there a scripture or a mantra or a motto or source of inspiration that you leaned on?
One verse that I leaned on was it's 2 Timothy 3:7. God hath not given me the spirit of fear, but of power and of sound, of power and of love and of sound mind.
How has cancer treatment changed you?
Everything. Of course, the treatment part just, I guess, especially like physical changes, because a lot of people don't talk about weight gain. So I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna lose weight, but no. I mean, losing your breast, that's a whole nother topic, and going through that procedure. As far as physical, it was really taxing. And the recovery from it. And you know, when you say you were married, I was single, and I had to lean on my parents. So if I didn't have them, I don't know what I would have done.
What has the journey through breast cancer taught you about life, health, and resilience?
Breast cancer has taught me to live more, especially not to live in fear of things. You know, just to get back to you and to that thriving and just instead of surviving, just to live more.
What message do you want to leave to someone who is newly diagnosed?
For someone who is newly diagnosed, taking the journey is like a learning process. You get into like lean onto someone or find someone who may have gone through the journey for it to make it better. So, and now there's so much information available. Don't get crazy on Googling things, but go to an actual person who has experienced it.
What do you want to say to a family member or a friend of someone newly diagnosed?
To a family member or friend, I guess I would basically, tell them the same thing. If they don't have anyone, I'm always here. Like people inbox me all the time, asking questions. You just have to find a way to find a support system, because everybody doesn't have family, everybody doesn't have friends, and sometimes perfect strangers can be the perfect people to help you along the way.
Yes, absolutely. What do you think people misunderstand about breast cancer?
That it's a immediate death sentence. A message that I would have about mammograms, and advocating for my own self and getting your annual checkups, please go do it. if I could tell anybody to please go get them. If you feel anything strange, please do your monthly checkups, because I think that was probably one area that I went wrong, because I was not doing my monthly checkups. And, especially when mammograms, I'm not sure why they haven't lowered the age now, but get your mammogram. If you know you have like a history of breast cancer, I would say talk to your doctor about getting those early mammograms as possible. The best way for friends and family to support someone during treatment, I would say, is to be a listening ear. If you're mentally possible, because it affects your, what we call it, co-survivor, just as much as you being the survivor. Just be there whatever way you can. And if you can't, try to solicit them to keep their appointments, and because sometimes they might not feel like it, or they might not have that mental strength to like keep going through the process. Just depending on their process, it could be mentally taxing.